Okay, so we have the part over total will equal percent over 100. So this first problem says Mia missed 20% of the questions on a test she took yesterday. If there were 80 questions on the test, how many questions did Mia miss? Okay, so first, whenever you see a percent, that is what's going on top of the 100. And if we want, we could write missed questions on top of the total, because what we are looking for is the part that she missed, and we know that she missed 20%. So we know that this is going to be 20% because it's the percent, and percent always goes on top of 100. Whenever you see a percent, put it on top of 100. If you don't see a percent, don't put it on top of 100. The total number of questions were 80, and the number of problems missed, we don't know. That's what we're trying to look for. So on this problem, I don't know how to get from 80 to 100 off the top of my head. So what I'm going to do is cross multiply these two numbers and then divide my answer by 100. So I'm going to go off to the side. I'm going to do 80 times 20. 0 is going to be a place value, so 2 times 0 is 0, and 2 times 8 is 16. So what I have now is going to be 1,600 divided by 100. Now when I look at this, an easy way to divide by 100 or a 10 is to move the decimal point over 2 times for the number of zeros. So I'm going to move my decimal point over 2 times, and on this question, or on this test, she missed 16 questions. And that is our answer. So the next problem says, of the 30 houses on Jason Street, 3 are made out of brick. What percent of the houses are brick? So it says what percent. So we know we're looking for percent. So this is going to be X over 100. 100 always goes in the spot. Now we know that there are 30 houses on his street and 3 are made of brick. So we're going to put brick on top of the total number of houses. And when I fill this in, there are 3 houses made of brick with 30 out of the total. Now there's a few ways you could do this. You could simplify 3 out of 30 to be 1 out of 10 and then do the scale factor from there, or you can just say 3 times 100, because we know that is easy, which is 300, and 300 divided by 30 will give me 10. So I know that the percent of houses on his street that are made of brick is 10%. Next one, on a certain chicken farm, there's a rooster with every 10 or 18 hens. Approximately what percent of the chickens on the farm are roosters? So when I look at this, I'm looking for the percent. We know that on top we'll put roosters, or rooster, and this will be hens. So I know when I look at this, there's 1 rooster for every 18 hens. We're looking for the percent, so I'm going to put X, and then I'm going to put 100 right underneath it. So looking at this, I'm going to multiply 1 times 100, which gives me 100, and then I'm going to divide it by 18. So 100 divided by 18. 18 can't go into 10, but 18 can go into 100. How many times do we think? I have no idea, so let's try 7. That's going to be, no, let's try 7, good. And then let's try 8. That's a 4. Okay, that's way too much. So it's probably going to be maybe 6. So that's going to be, nope, too much. So we're going to do 5. I was thinking 5. That's going to be 90, which is going to be, so it's going to go in 5 times. We're going to subtract the 90, and we're going to get a remainder of 10. We're going to do snake bite, and I'm going to bring down, it goes in there 5 times again, subtract the 90, so it's going to be repeating. So if I were going to approximate this, I would say about 6%. All right, so number 4, it says at the end of a basketball game, Daniel's coach tells him that he scored 20% of the team's points. If Daniel scored 19 points, exactly how many points did the team score? So we're going to put Daniel on top because we know his, and then we're looking for the total number of points that the team scored. So we always know percent goes on top of 100, so I'm going to write the 20 over 100. Now I know that Daniel scored 19, so I'm going to put the 19 on top, and this will be x right here. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross multiply and divide. Multiplying by 100 is like going the opposite direction and adding 2 zeros on. So 19 times 100 will give me 1,900. I'm going to do 1,900 divided by that 20 off to the side. 20 can't go into 100, or 19, but it can go into 190. And it will go in, let's say, it will be 9 times. Subtract the 180. Get a remainder of 10. Bring down the 0, and it goes into there 5 times. So we have 95. So the team scored 95 points. And the last problem says 200 elementary school teachers were asked what their favorite subject to teach. Here are the results. So here are the results over here. We know that all of this is equal to 200. So we have 10% favor writing, so we're looking for writing. 55% of the teachers favored math or science. C says an estimate of 13% can be made for the teachers who favored history. And then this one says it's reasonable to say 25% to 30% of all the teachers favor science or math. So what we're going to be doing off to the side is we are going to be talking about, we're going to have to figure out the part of writing, the percent. We're going to have to figure out the percent for math or science, and we're going to have to figure out the part for history, because this one's talking about science or math and math or science. So this one I would write writing on top of the total. I'm going to look off to the side and I'm going to say writing had 20. So I'm going to write 20 on top of the total, which we already knew was 200. This is going to be x over 100. Now there's a way that we can do this without cross multiplying and dividing. If you look, we say, hey, I know that I'm dividing by 2, because 200 divided by 2 will give me 100. So I'm going to divide by 2, and that's going to give me 10% liked writing, which looks pretty good right there. All right, so the next one we are going to do math or science over the total. So whenever it says or, we got to add them. So we're going to add 37 and 51. And 37, that's going to give me, so 88. So we have 88 over 200, and this is going to be 100, and this is going to be x. So we could cross multiply and divide, but I see that there's an easier way, so I'm going to go with the easy way. I mean, it's 2. And I'm going to get that this is 44%. And the last one, history, is 33, so we're going to have history over the total. My history is 33. My total is 200. I know my percent is 100, or the total of percent, and this would be x. I'm going to divide by 2. Divide by 2, so I'm going to go off to the side. 33 divided by 2. 2 goes into 3 one time. 2 goes into 13 6 times. With the remainder of 1, snake bite. And 2 goes into 10 5 times. So we've got 16.5. I can't write it off to the side. 16.5%. So when I look off to the side, it says 10% of the teachers like favored writing. Yes, that's true. 55% favored math or science. That's not true. 44. An estimate of 13 can be made for the teachers who like history. It's actually 16.5, or about 17. And this one is not, 44 is not in between 25 or 30, so we know that our answer is A. That's it.